somebody else. You hold your keys, nobody else. It's perfect.
I have a question for you. So what if Ethereum dies? What happens to Hex?
Oh, it goes to
And what happens to
zero.
Pulsechain?
It all goes to
Huh?
zero. Well, I mean,
Okay.
actually, it doesn't all go to zero because well, I mean, what if someone shot me in the head during a live stream? I'd be dead. These questions are very stupid. But I'll try and answer them seriously anyway. If Ethereum died, Pulsechain would probably be even more valuable.
Well, the reason why I ask these questions, hold on a second. The
Mm-hmm.
reason why I ask these questions is
Mm-hmm.
because I'm not the most tech savvy person in the
Oh,
world.
sure.
And
Okay.
a lot of my audience is not the most
Yeah.
tech savvy people.
Yeah.
And most people in the world are not tech savvy. So it's
Mm-hmm.
important for me to ask sometimes to
Yeah,
break
sure.
these
Yep.
complex ideas down in a very, very simple to understand way so people can come back and they can say, okay, this makes sense to me now. So that's why I ask these types of questions. That's why I
Yeah,
will
if
always ask these
if the
types of
Ethereum network
questions.
goes down, then you can enjoy your coins on the Pulsechain network. If the Ethereum network and the Pulsechain network goes down, go make them work again. Like I mean, failures in blockchain projects are often just pauses. So you very rarely see everyone just lose all their money, their coins. You'll see people lose the US dollar value of their coins. That happens a lot, but you will not see people just like lose their coins usually.
Okay.
For you to like lose your coins and for the network to stay down forever, you basically just need to get hacked and lose your keys or fall for someone telling you that they're an admin and you need to give them your keys or whatever, your recovery seed words. And if you give them your recovery words, your recovery phrase, then yes, you're going to lose all your money. But other than that, like nobody just loses their coins. It never happens. Like it's extremely rare. I mean, very rare.
Well, unless somebody rug pulls.
Well, that's what I mean. You lose the US dollar value of your coins. That's very common, but you'll still have the stupid worthless coins. So you'll still have coins. They're just not worth any real money. So rug pulls are very common, sure. Yeah. Which is why I don't promote anything but stuff I built for the most part.
So is is Pulsechain is essentially a layer 2 solution for
Nope.
Ethereum?
No. It's a full-on copy of Ethereum. We're beating Ethereum 2.0 to market with their own feature set, except better. So
But it's built on top of Ethereum.
nope. Layer 1.
Okay.
Hex is built on top of Ethereum.
So is it its own blockchain?
Exactly. It is its own blockchain.
And I can use MetaMask with Pulsechain
Yes.
if I did decide to invest.
Absolutely. Yep. But you don't have to do anything. It doesn't matter. Like, just when the mainnet comes live, which hopefully 14 days, then it might be less. I don't know. It depends. It's software. It's hard. You just use it. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to sign up. You don't it just works. You click one button, you click yes in MetaMask, it switches you over to the Pulsechain network. You add your ERC20s, trade if you want. We have an exchange called PulseX, and it's similar to Uniswap, except the fees are lower. So instead of 0.3%, you pay 0.29, and it burns 22% of the fees, and causes it buy and burns up the PulseX token for 22% of the fees, 21.7, I believe. So, these new tokens I'm designing are purely deflationary, no inflation. It's awesome, And unlike the Uni token, where the Uni token from Uniswap literally has no connection to the trading whatsoever. None. You trade has nothing to do with the Uni token. In this system, when you trade, the PulseX token receives buy and burn pressure from that. So it's a more honest, more direct, it's just better. So PulseX is better than Uniswap, and Pulsechain is better than Ethereum.
I feel like Uniswap, I feel like their token was for their liquidity pools on the platform, but realistically, you really didn't need it because you can get liquidity from the community and you can lock up some of your coins for liquidity and do all of that other stuff.
Well, I can tell you that story. It's an interesting story, actually.
Let's hear it.
Uniswap was vampire attacked by a project called SushiSwap. And so what Sushi did was they said, you know what, if you move over your LP tokens from Uni and you put them in, if you move your liquidity from Uni into Sushi instead, you're gonna make fees, but you're also gonna make this extra token. And that was the vampire attack, is you give people an extra token to get them to do something that they were already doing anyway, but somewhere else. And the funny part is that behavior kind of looks similar to what we're doing to the whole Ethereum network. You want lower fees, you want higher throughput, you want the same ticker symbols. We got all that right here. Click a button. And here's this exchange PulseX, which has an incentive token to reward you for providing liquidity between your ERC20 or your Ethereum, and your PRC20 or your Pulse. And now you can make fees when people trade between these two networks. So if you've got, let's say, Link or SHIB or Hex or something on the Ethereum network, you can bridge that into the Pulsechain network, pair it with your free coins that you got copied, and you're likely, I mean, who knows what will happen in the beginning? Prices will probably move around a lot, but over time, I think that you'll see that maybe they find like a kind of common ratio of Ethereum ERC20 to PRC20 value, and that reduces your liquidity loss, your impermanent loss as a liquidity provider. Because like if you just tie two things that really just stay the same value against each other, you're just making fees with no impermanent loss. But if the price moves a lot, you don't like that as an LP because you sold the thing that went up and bought the thing that went down, basically. So, and you're hoping the price comes back down so that you're left with profit. So, it's basically the world's largest free airdrop. Now, look, even if I didn't let all these other coins get a free ride, which I did, I didn't have to include all the other ERC20s in the world, but I gave them a free ride. Points. Yeah, I gave them a free ride out of the kindness of my heart. I could have just let this be for hexagons. This could have been a hex-only network. It would have saved hexagons from paying all these stupid gas fees, which are exorbitant. I mean, there are coins on Ethereum that can no longer function because the prices are too expensive. We are here to save those guys. We're here to reduce Ethereum's fees, save the users, re-enable use cases that have been disabled, reduce centralization by giving people delegated proof of stake instead of centralized, which is what Ethereum's doing. Like, reduce harm to the environment. It's just so good on so many layers, and there's no inflation. It's deflationary only. It's like amazing. So Pulsechain is absolutely fabulous.
Question. So let's say that there's a dying project on Ethereum, an ERC20 DeFi project from 2020. Because let's face it, most of those projects went bye-bye.
Sure.
And we call that actually on my channel. I told my audience, and I tell my audience all the time, create a moon bag. If you don't know what a moon bag is, it's when your number goes up, you remove initial investment and you remove profit. You can stake and farm, do whatever the hell you want with the rest. But we talk about that a lot, risk management on the show. I think it's important.
In poker, they call it playing with house money.
It's the same thing, but it's just a cute way to say it.
Sure. All right.
Thank you.
Okay.
So basically a project can say, oh my God, I'm a DeFi summer of 2020 project. I'm dying. Richard Heart, please save me. So they can basically go ahead and use Pulsechain instead and leave Ethereum behind and be saved.
Well, you're going to have a lot less fees. I mean, right now, yesterday it was $30 to do a Uniswap swap. That sucks. To have a $30 penalty to on-ramp a user to your project sucks. What if they only want to put in 20? So now it costs them 50 and they only get, if they want to put in 20, they got to put in 50, and then out of their 50, they're only left with 20 because you paid 30 to Uniswap. It sucks. The fees are too high. And Ethereum used to talk about how the fees are too high in Bitcoin all the time. And now the fees on Ethereum are higher than the fees on Bitcoin. And You're like, well, man, and it's just supply and demand. It's because Ethereum's a more useful network. It has more demand. I think it has more users as well.